Zeke's got a nice looking auto. That deck is beautiful. Wow, I didn't even see that.
A normal job, you don't get to see your family that much. Family-owned business like this, you're around each other all the time.
Oh, there's birds!
9 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was just, it's 24/7.
We're hunting for sports cards in Fairborn, Ohio. I'm here, I'm losing the accent, I got the stash. We're gonna be hanging out at Gem City Collects in the background. And let me tell you, this is a small town vibe, a neat little community here. We're gonna go see Billy of Gem City Collects. If you guys wanna support local business, this is the shop for you. Sports cards is alive here in Ohio. Come on, let's check it out.
How's it going, man?
All right, this shop looks amazing. We're in a family-owned card shop. This is the family card shop. I'm here with
Billy.
And Christy.
Christy. And you guys have been in business for how long?
A little over 2 years.
2 years.
Yep.
And you guys started in a basement and made a dream come true, and you opened your own card shop. What does that feel like?
It feels amazing. It's like taking that jump, you know, like you're working at a regular job and doing this on the side, and it's like you're safe at your job. And how's it going to be like when you quit your job and do this 100%? You just have to take the leap.
And you had cold feet about opening this card shop. What transitioned you to actually make it happen?
I just woke up one day and had that feeling like I'm going to do it. Because like you have kids that you got to support, so having that regular job that's secure, you get a paycheck every week, and opening your business, it's not hourly pay. It's as much work you put into it as how much you get paid. We have a little bit of baseball, football, little F1, you know, a little Henry Davis 101, came out of Super Products.
Dave Winfield, Dave Parker, Don Baylor, Reggie Jackson, game used bat 1 of 2.
You know, when the Topps Chrome came out, they didn't put these short prints in it, so they gave out the silver packs. And one of my buddies, he bought a box and got a pack, and poof, it came out. And these were really, really hard to pull.
Really?
And he actually pulled this one and the Bobby Witt. So back-to-back silver packs. So we do sell a lot of singles, so we're overturning probably weekly. I mean, cards are coming in, we're buying, selling, trading. It's every day, every week.
I obviously noticed that you have Pokemon, and we just saw some guy come in. I mean, that guy you said comes in every day. He's pulling stuff for his whatnots, and you know, do you have a good Pokemon following out here in Ohio?
Yes, yeah, very good. Like I said in the beginning, we didn't have much Pokemon, but once we got Pokemon, it was over. We sell a lot of it, and a lot of singles.
You got the old school stuff too.
Old school sells.
And it's kind of starting to take over because we used to just have that section over there, and then now it's moving over here. Like it just keeps expanding.
We try to get the most rare cards that we can.
Yeah.
I mean, these original Pokemon, I grew up on these, and they always hit for me. I don't do modern Pokemon, but when you go to the originals, like I remember just stories and stories of my brother bringing me these, so it really
You'll
hits.
have to look at some of the ones over
In the condition of the cards, like the older ones, you get them in really good condition. Biggest lot here was a guy came in and he bought a storage locker that didn't get touched for 10 years. So all these Pokemon cards were in binders.
What's one of the wildest things you've gotten?
You want to see
You
it?
really
I
want to
really
know?
want to
You
see
wanna
it.
see it?
Let's bring it in. What in the world is that?
They only make 15 of them.
I've never
number
seen
10.
this. I've never seen a bicycle be brought into a card shop.
I didn't think I'd ever buy one. It just, a lady called. Since we're in collectibles, she thought, you know, hey, do you collect bikes? And I don't, but I told her to bring it in, and I thought it was a cool little piece.
Soon after, he sent me a text, and I'm like, "You bought a bike?"
Bought a bike.
You got a bike. What made you want to buy it?
Because it was limited to 15 and it had Captain Crunch on it.
Kind of like cards.
Yeah, the blue, the
You know.
yellow, it just, I was like, that's cool.
We get a lot of calls a day too, like, "Hey, are you buying?" And we're like, "Bring it in." You know, like yeah.
That's cool. I mean, you know, people are finding stuff in their attics, their grandparents, their family passed down, and then, I mean, you also have the mix of people who have a duffel bag full of 90s cards, and you have to like, I always tell card shops, the best thing you can do with those people is educate them and bring them in, instead of being like, oh, those are worthless. Like, I heard that when I was growing into card shops, and when I was 14, someone would bring a Mark McGuire cards, and clearly they're not worth anything. but I would have rather seen the owners say, hey, those aren't worth much, but here's what people are buying now. And I think that's what I'm seeing in a lot of modern card shops is you guys are trying to educate your community.
Original way how we got our name, because he was like the gem in the rough, you know, because it's Gem City.
Gem City. I like that.
Yeah, because you never know, like when that people buy the lockers, or you know, they don't know what's in there. They can have huge cards, you know.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
That's kind of cool.
This is the true family card shop. Meet the family.
Here we are. 1, 2,
this.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
You all help out at the card shop. What's your name?
Brantley. He goes by Little Man though.
Little Man.
I'm Christy.
Billy.
Maya. Lily.
Who is the most important one for this shop to be successful? I mean, and the kids.
All of them.
All of them. Good
All of
answer.
them.
Good answer. So you're spending time with your family. You're doing something you love. And how does that feel for you guys? Both for you.
It's
Rewarding.
It's exciting, you know.
Yeah.
A normal job, you don't get to see your family that much. And family-owned business like this, you're around each other all the time.
I think it's good work ethic. You gotta work hard, play hard. You know, like at least they know what goes into it. They've seen us. I mean, how many hours we put into this business and everything. I hope they see that we do it for them. You know.
Yeah, and we talked about it. I mean, Brantley, your dad gave you $10 one time, and you came back with probably $50 worth of cards or something.
Yeah.
Like you probably learned a lot through your deals and just being a part of this, right?
Yeah.
And
He
you're
knows,
playing-
knows how to trade up, and he's learning.
He's like teaching us how it's gonna be when we walk out in the real world.
Okay. How about for you?
When I get like an actual job, he helps me like know how to talk to people and greet people and all those like things.
That's cool. I mean, I've always talked about this. The card shows and being around card shops, being around local business teaches you how to communicate, socialize, be a part of something. And you and I talked about this. I think you kind of feel the same way. Sports cards kept me out of trouble. You shared earlier, there was a 5-year-old in here and there's kids coming in here all the time. I mean, how does that feel for your community? So like kids can just come in here and just like lay low after maybe a tough day.
I love coming in and seeing all the bikes out here and all these kids hanging out with Billy, and it's just a neat atmosphere because kids feel safe here, you know.
It feels good, you know, that you can be a person for them to feel safe. You know, some of them may not have a dad, you know, and I can be a little father figure for them for a little bit, even if it's a month or a couple years.
Yeah.
You know, they get that experience.
See, people think it could be all about the tangibles and the investments, but I actually think like real life occurs in these shops and these shows. And cards kind of transcend all of us into being together.
You know, it's not all about the money.
No.
You know, that comes second.
Yeah.
It's being with people and
We've met some of the greatest people in this hobby. It's like awesome. I love nationals and like talk. He'll tell you I will talk to anybody and I will just.
yeah, she will.
Yeah. But he looks like he's a big guy, but he's a big softie, especially when it comes to kids.
I can just tell, Billy, you're very passionate about this thing, and it's probably changed your life and your outlook on a lot of stuff.
Big time. Yep.
Like you said, you could have been working corporate, you could have been doing all these things, but I think this is something that is just, it fills your soul.
Yeah, it does. You know, I wake up every day and feel good. I used to wake up at 5 and dreaded going to work. Here I wake up and it's a happy day every day.
So you guys talked about the National and, you know, being recognized as a brand. So tell me about your experience at the National. You said a pretty cool story.
Oh, it was really exciting last year because we have our shirts and we were getting out there and talking to people, and people would hear us talking and see our shirts and they would be like, oh, Gem City, I know you guys, and they know our voices from Loop, and you know, it's like from Breaking, you know. It's just neat.
You know which ones come in and watch you all the time. Even though they don't buy, but they're still there, you know, supporting you.
It's just neat.
I feel the same way. Like when I sell on Whatnot and I meet them, they'll tell me their username, and this is bad, not bad, but it's funny. I don't remember their first name, but I call them their username.
Yeah.
Like,
because you see the shipping address and the name, but you know that username.
Yeah, I'm just like,
you know?
oh, okay, Dice collects 12. Oh, what up, Dice? You know, and it's like, all right.
I've had people walk in and be like, you know, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, okay.
They came up from Kentucky and Tennessee, and they come in our area, and it's so cool to, like, that community, you know.
That is real.
Yeah.
You have a lot of wax here. I mean, guide me through it. Why don't we kind of run through the wax? You want to grab a couple boxes, show me what you got, what we're looking at here?
We have Goodwin Champions that just came out. I mean, that's a pretty cool product. I mean, you can get LeBron autos, Tiger autos, and that's the only product, you know, Upper Deck has them exclusive, so you can't get them in any other product. Country music, 2014.
So tell me about this. This was a hit for you.
Yes, it was. So I found a couple boxes at a card show, and I was like, you know what? It's different. So I put it on loop, and they sold. Boom. So I found a couple cases, and I mean, I think within an hour I was sold out. We pulled Tracy Lawrence, Joe Diffie, Miranda Lambert, Scotty McCreery. I mean, there's some cool ones. A guy actually just opened one up yesterday and got a Joe Diffie out of 25.
Wow.
And then we have like 2018, you're looking for Ohtani. Football is crazy. It's hard to keep product on the shelf.
And people are looking for Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, any of the big guys from the Bengals. You got Cam Taylor-Britt.
Why don't you sell basketball? Like, what is it about basketball and being in Ohio?
There's just not, we just don't have a lot of basketball fans. I don't know if it's because of the players. It doesn't sell much here. It's basketball, or it's baseball and football. We get a little bit of hockey, but baseball and football is really big for us. UFC and WWE for like the past month and a half has been huge. We can't keep that in stock either. But we had a guy come in, Patty Piblet, one of the upcoming stars. He pulled a 1-1 out of the Prism. So that was a pretty cool card.
This is a big thing in card shops. You've got single packs. You know, kids can't always afford that, you know, $850 hobby box. So do a lot of people open single packs here?
Yes, and that was the main reason why we have these racks for the kids. Because, you know, a lot of kids can't come in and buy $850 box, but they can come in and pay $50 for a pack. Or, you know, we have it range from $5 to $10.
Tell me about the kids packs. You did Halloween one year. We know it's a big Halloween town. I've seen 3 Halloween costume stores, which is...
We did cards and candy, and we had candy in there, free cards, and then we also made like what were they, like packs of candy that we did, and people we did it for free, 1 per kid. Like, we know who has picked them out, and they got like, what do we have? Gift cards. We had like a free select box, like a hanger box, just different things in there for the kids.
In there.
Yeah.
So, you know, a couple lucky kids would get something really good. You know, a lot of kids can't afford cards, so, you know, it might be their first time collecting. Here's our first cards.
I have an addition to your kids section, and we're gonna go grab it. I have a surprise for both of you. I'm excited to give this to them. It's pretty heavy, but, you know, gotta bring up the guns, baby. Now, I'm gonna get the biggest workout I've gotten since we've been on the road. Also, I cannot get over the fact that there's 4 different Halloween costume shops here. I feel like we're in Salem. We picked up a huge collection, and we're gonna donate. I mean, there's a little bit of everything in there. There's basketball rookies, some top-loaded, some pinks, some numbered, James Wiseman, stuff like that. And there's probably...
Holy moly.
Yes.
5,000 cards in here.
Awesome.
That's
And we want to give these to you.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
The kids will be so
Appreciate you.
excited.
There's a ton of Pokemon in there.
Good. Well, that'll be awesome.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. So this is, you can put it, we hope you guys can put it in the baseball league and
yeah.
then put some of it in the store, or
Yeah.
whatever you guys want to do with it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Play football, you have to, right? What
Yeah.
position?
I'm going for tight end this year. I played D end.
Okay, I see you. I played D tackle, but I was like 330, 5'9". So. But you said you dropped some weight, man. You're looking fit. That's good. And you got the little Morgan Wallen little cut.
Well, I have to shave my mustache when I go to school.
Why?
I go to private school.
I did too. Actually, what am I saying? I had to do that too. Oh
I hate
my
it.
gosh.
I want to grow it out and go like Morgan Wallen.
So, what do you like about this shop?
It's always got a lot of wax, and people here, the community here is amazing.
Tell me about the community.
Everybody's nice. It stays pretty consistent, I think, here.
I was telling him when I played football, one of the biggest things that kept me out of trouble was sports cards.
Yeah.
So like while you're playing, like I always sit during the off season or even after practice, I would go to Target or I'd go to a shop and like pick up cards, and it just kept my mind right when I had football or school going on, because I went to a private school too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure it helps you too, right?
Yeah. When I get bored, I just go through cards.
Okay, you have a nice selection of single cards, and this is coming from the community back in. Tell me about what's going on here.
So we get a lot of, our price ranges from like 10 cents to $100. But here we have a lot from 10 cents to $20, and that's like our niche. And we have guys, kids, comes in and they'll spend hours going through the 10-cent boxes
You got some cool slabs too.
Cheap
Look
slabs.
at this. Daniel Jones, $10. Luca for $10 for a PSA 10 for a kid. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I think a big thing that I've noticed in card shops in the hobby is there's something for everybody.
Yes.
Not everybody's gonna buy Anthony Edwards. Not everybody's gonna buy Justin Jefferson. Like, people are gonna buy Jamar Chase. People are gonna buy Anthony Richardson. They're gonna buy different players, or they collect them for their PC. Someone might really like Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a lot of that here?
Yeah, I mean, there's some cards that I buy in a lot, and I'm like, I don't really want these. I don't know if they'll ever sell, but eventually they do sell. I mean, I've had someone come up $60 worth of just 10-cent cards.
And I think it does move it, because the more you buy on 10 cents, you're not just going to buy one 10-cent card. Like, I think when you're in the 10-cent box, you're really in the 10-cent box. It becomes like a whole adventure.
I have a big heart,
Yeah.
and I love this hobby.
I'm really interested in the Dak and the Zeke helmet. What do you feel about that?
It's not for sale
Why not?
because I like the Cowboys.
Big Cowboys guy?
You know how many times I've had people offer me like $500 and I still won't sell it
Why?
because I like Dak, I like Zeke, I like the Cowboys. I've been a Cowboys fan since I was like 5.
Zeke's got a nice looking auto. That Dak
Emmett
is
Smith.
beautiful. Wow, I didn't even see that. Okay, out of all three of these, what's your favorite helmet?
I like Dak because the visor and the blue.
I do too. I do like these classics.
But the classic
I think of
with
Terrell Owens when I think of those, but that's me being too young.
it's like the throwback helmet. They're
Yeah.
sweet. I like it. Yeah, we have a Trey Lance, the 5 die cut, graded 9.5.
It's a nice card. You want to just fly through some? What else we got?
Oh, we've got another Trey Lance. We got Jalen Waddle. Let's see a bigger. Got Garrett Wilson. He's big for us. Patty Mahomes. There's a nice Tom Brady camo to 25. That was pulled in the store.
So if someone wants to trade it, they come up to you and they're like, "Hey Billy, I'm interested in that too," and they can trade into that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I do a lot of trading. Keem Olajuwon. I like trying to get some of the older ones. Nice little Vladdy out of 5.
That's sick.
A lot of these Leaf Lumber cards, like the Mantle, the older guys, they sell really well.
If you had to pick one of the most asked about players in this shop, who is it right now? You think it's Ellie De La Cruz?
Ellie.
And then what about football? Joe?
Probably Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
All right, so you guys have transitioned into Pokemon. I mean, you said there was a time in this shop where it wasn't as prevalent.
No, I didn't have any.
We didn't have any.
None whatsoever.
We had to do a lot of researching and learning, and
I didn't know anything about Pokemon.
No.
I listened to customers that came in.
Yeah.
They would say, "Oh, this is an alternate rare," or "full art." I'm
And
like, "What is that?"
Multiple times a day, we would have people come in when we first opened, and they'd be like, "Hey, do you guys have Pokemon?" We're like, "No, we don't have it." And then we started looking into it and ended up getting it, and it's been like
Yeah,
hot.
well,
I mean, look at this
It
stack.
just keeps, our sections just keep growing.
We try to keep as much
we put
different
these
product
over
as
here.
possible. A lot of Charizards. That's our biggest sellers. Charizard. Blastoise is a big one. Mewtwo.
I think when you're a kid and you want a slab, to start your collection, you see all these, older kids having slabs. I think giving a cheap
Yeah.
slab is probably cool for a kid to put on their desk or put in their locker or something, take it with them.
Yeah, because trade night, they come in and they see, a 10-year-old, and he's a hustler. I mean, he opens his thing up and he's got probably $10,000-$15,000 worth of cards in there. And, that I think that motivates another kid to start out and get a low slab for $5-10 and then work his way up.
Stop to pick up a card.
What are you picking up?
Mickey Mantle.
Can we look at it? You wanna
Yeah.
see? How often are you coming in here?
Oh, sometimes once a week.
Once a week, and you mainly do vintage?
Huh? No, not necessarily. Just I like vintage a lot better.
And what is it like to have a card shop like this here?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I think it's good for the kids.
Show us what you're picking up. Let's see it.
This one right here.
Oh, I had my eye on that. That's pretty good. That was a good buy. I gotta tell you, this was one of the cards I was looking at. 1961.
I think
Yeah, that's the MVP.
Most marketable, easy to sell baseball cards you could ever own is
Oh,
a Mickey Mantle.
absolutely. That's my 5th one, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
And why'd you choose Mickey Mantle?
Well, I collect them all just because he's one of the greats. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, where do you have to go right now?
I have to go pick up some kids
Where-
from a neighborhood that their moms work till 5:30 and they want to come to trade night.
That is so cool. And how many kids are you picking up?
I think 6. They're just good kids and they want to come hang out, and they hate when they miss it. So they just want to be here.
And how far is the drive?
Oh, it's only like 10 minutes away.
We have the airman, because our town is really patriotic. We have Wright Pat Air Force, and we get a lot of military in here. It's a cool.
Especially around lunchtime, they come in, hang out with us. The one guy that comes in all the time, he has been at every trade night, everything. He's been at everything to support us.
So these are active military,
Active
active Air Force.
Yeah.
So
Everyone that comes in.
I've never heard of a card shop being close to a base like that. So, I mean, that's like, how does that feel for you guys to be able to
It's cool,
cater
'cause
to them? I mean, this is
Fairborn-
probably a nice little getaway for them.
Yeah, Fairborn is like the most patriotic city in Ohio.
That's cool. One word, America. What's the most sold supply here?
Regular top loaders. I go through cases and cases of that.
Do you remember when they were super hard to find?
Yes.
That was crazy.
I think at the Chicago 2 years ago, I bought some cases. I think it was like $2.80 a case. But you have to have them. That's the thing.
Yeah, because you got to protect the cards.
Protect the cards, doing breaking, or even just your store. You always gotta have sleeves and top loaders. The vintage one touch and the tobacco one touch.
Those are cool. What is this called?
It's Boys. It's a big Halloween store.
And
it's
you're
all
telling us
year
it's a
round.
necessity.
Yes, you have to come to Boys.
All right, give us the introduction. Let's go see what's going on there.
All right.
It's like a wishing well.
Yeah.
2 cents for a piece of candy. What is this, 1945?
Right?
Cards for
Candy
10 cents.
and sports cards and weird stuff. Oh, there's birds!
Here's one coffee.
Who made this coffee? It's great.
Awesome, glad to hear it.
What are your 3 tools or your 3 keys to success so far?
You can't stop. You have to grind. You have to put in the hours. Grow your community. I mean, that's the 3 biggest for me. I mean, there was times I would be at the shop at 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock. 9 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It was just, it's 24/7. Do better than what you did yesterday. You just keep getting better and better and better.
We're filming about local business. We're
Yeah.
talking about Fairborn, Ohio. I'm from California, so we're documenting this and telling the story.
I love it. It's fun. Billy's cool people. They got a great store.
Hey, if you guys want to get sports cards, you want to get haircuts, I mean, it's right here.
Barbershop.
It's right here.
Where it's at.
If you guys are ever at Fairborn, Ohio, you got to come say what's up to Billy. Where are we located?
We're at 101 East Main Street in Fairborn, Ohio. And here's our lovely little store. We are open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
You guys want to do me a favor, like this video, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Fairborn, Ohio, true small town,
That's
true
right.
love for the hobby. You can't beat this. This is priceless out here.
You got to get down here.
Get down and dirty. Bye.